So one of my favorite offshoots, so a few other characters, right, became, there was, what is Hola Querida, right?
Say.
Hola Querida. That is
you.
my fake Spanish accent.
Sounds pretty real to me.
Hola Querida. Forgive me, querida. So this is, I am not sure which soccer star. Does anyone know which soccer star this is about? This is way not as well known as I assumed. Okay, so Hola Querida, one of the early, huh?
Well, it's football, not really soccer.
Football. One of the early spin-offs, and you can see that they're hovering around a couple hundred a couple hundred notes for each one. So this has stuck with the following. Most of these posts are from a year ago. But one of my favorite offshoots was Academic Coach Taylor, which was kind of specifically playing off not the original Ryan Gosling, obviously. Like, this is very far from Hey Girl, but this is really saying this is what we're doing now. It's accepting, it's assuming that you know a lot of background, right? It's assuming that you know what kind of joke is being made because you've seen more Ryan Goslings that had a specific flavor. And I think the creator of Academic Coach Taylor is here. If she is, can you raise your... Oh, there you are. Hi.
Is that your bio is the best bio.
Oh, can you stand up because you have your shirt for your blog here. Can you just explain a little about why you invented it? Well, how? And why? And you also often seem to post pictures that people have taken of how they've pinned up feminist Ryan Gosling, and so he's sort of become. Is this people saying, well, now he's my, I look up at my spirit animal here on the wall of Academic Coach Taylor? Yeah.
And also, another example of an actor who's extremely, this is the perfect thing. Kyle, what's his last name? Kyle Chandler is he chills in Austin. People see him around all the time. He eats barbecue. He's the coolest guy ever. So he's another Ryan Gosling type person that is really easy to parody in that way.
Yeah. In
a positive way.
And I think also it just seems like these memes tend to spread. What's going to turn something into a platform is when you're tapping into something, right, that everyone is trying to almost replace a figure in their life. They're trying to fill some spot. The Scumbag Steve and Scumbag, etc., is all because they need to look at to show everyone to do Jim turning to the camera in the office and being are you seeing this? Or they need to invent someone who's who's looking at them. It becomes always very personal, it seems.
As a side note of that, I just met Scumbag Steve's mom outside before this. Sweetest lady ever. Really cool.
She's a scumbag. He's not.
No.
Oh, really?
Really?
Okay.
No, she's awesome.
He was helping her for a photo project, wasn't that it?
That
was the generation of the meme, or is that
I think some
a rumor?
Stage of the explanation.
That's what the photo was for her photo class. What's that? Oh, okay.
That makes more sense.
Anyway,
of course.
I thought she took the photo.
The original, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's both. It was his album cover and she was helping? Okay.
Anyway.
It does.
Excellent. Okay. Does anyone have any questions at this point that they want to ask? We have more we can cover, but we can also take questions right now. No? No. Okay. Awesome. So, Lindsey, I wanted to talk to you more about Buzzfeed.
Sure.
You can explain a little background on what you do there as a creative strategist?
I used to work at a site called Burlesque that is dearly departed, but in all of our memories and hearts. And then I actually, at the same time, was writing for Buzzfeed when it first launched and doing that kind of thing that Buzzfeed is still good at and was originally very good at, which was aggregating, finding the feminist right, not at that time, but finding that type of stuff and just doing simple link to it so you had a dashboard of like what was going on. And Buzzfeed is super good at kind of taking the back end of what's spreading where and just putting it on a page for you to see. So I was at Burlesque, and then I ended up working at an agency called the Barbarian Group, and then I went back to Buzzfeed. Which was, I guess, destiny. And now I do all of kind of strategy for the advertising on Buzzfeed, which if you've ever kind of stumbled upon, not via stumble, whatever, is kind of that stuff you see, scroll down. Mm-hmm. You have ad blocker on. Yes.
You son of a bitch.
Fuck you, nigga. Okay, so you see the Tostitos kind of stuff that's going on, and it's Fiesta Feed because Tostitos spent a shit ton of money taking over BuzzFeed and making this like awesome Cinco de Mayo thing. Anyways, what I do is kind of talk to brands about how they can put their content in a BuzzFeed way and make their ad a shareable piece of content, which is a very kind of big trend right now in advertising, where brands are like, we kind of don't want to deal with creating our own content, our own shit girls say, our own memes. Like, you guys do it. Like, you guys know what's going on.
They're so lazy.
So lazy. No, fine. Be lazy. I don't care. So basically what I do and what BuzzFeed does in terms of advertising is, because of the way that clients work and the way that advertising is, they can't be with a meme as it's going up. Like, there's no way they can get on that train as it's rising. They've tried to, and that's fine, but because of like legal and like approval, what we kind of do is catch memes at their peak and kind of get them as they go down, but still trying to ride the wave of what's happening and the voice of what is popular on BuzzFeed and what is popular on the internet. So that's kind of what I do.
Can you name, are there some other examples still up? Like, oh, well, what was, did you do, you did an ad, yeah, an advertising spin-off of the photo memes.
Oh,
posing memes? What is the name for that
posing,
category?
like planking and whatever. So BuzzFeed proper kind of does these fun experiments. I mean, Jonah Peretti, who started BuzzFeed, is kind of the king of like pranks, internet pranks. So they did this thing called horse mating before my time at BuzzFeed, but they just found this picture and decided, hey, we're going to pretend like this is a big trend, and by the force of internet, and also because it's very like it's very catchy, got the internet to think that it was a real thing that was happening and start doing it.
Which kind of made it a real thing.
Which made it a real thing, exactly. So this kind of snake eats its own tail meme formation where, like, who cares if it's forced if, like, people are doing it?
Can you talk a little about the Gawker coverage of this? Wasn't it Gawker who talked about, like...
I mean, this is fake, this sucks, or whatever?
I think it may have been Gawker, well, who felt they uncovered something, in that they'd noticed so subtly that, like, the couch from your office and other people who work at BuzzFeed, I know.
Like, come on, like, he's everywhere. Like, if you there was no hiding of who was behind this. If you could tell that it was
It's like the JFK
employees.
Conspiracy, I'm sorry.
But, but BuzzFeed, we definitely report on stuff that's hot from other corners of the web, Tumblr, wherever, but they want to create their own fun for the community that lives within BuzzFeed, so stuff like this happens.
Why is there this? Why is there this death to the internet craze idea?
I don't know.
What, you were the one just saying that you are frustrated with too many examples of a meme genre.
Well, there always has to be a death. I mean, there always has to be like a peak and a come down.
Why?
I mean, what?
Why can't we just do certain things forever?
Oversaturation.
Yeah.
And has it not?
Well, yeah. But, I mean, do you think advice animals are ever going to not at least be done at a certain volume? Why won't they die out? Well, I mean, exactly. Okay, good. We have no, okay.
But I think it has to do with what Jay-Z was saying at the keynote yesterday. When something is forced from the beginning, people smell it. So,
oh, yeah.
And the you get found out, and whether or not it continues, that's one
This
thing.
is also just like media fodder. Like they were like BuzzFeed is like starting meme, and it's like we are like that's.
It was an Adrian Chen post. Yeah. Is Adrian Chen here?
No, he's the. That's not fine.
Oh, never mind.
Is Tron guy here?
He left.
So
He really walked
you
out?
did have like a marketing branch of horse manning, right? There was another. No,
Oh yeah.
A sponsored.
So what happened with what we did with horse manning is that once horse manning became a thing that was like popular, advertisers were like, give us horse manning, like we want a meme, like give us a meme, which is if you work in advertising, that's like your entire life is people like, make this go viral, make this a meme, and you're like, oh, like I'm sorry, I can't, I never, maybe, okay. And then so what we did was Shtick Razors came to us and were like, make a meme, and we did this thing called razor bombing, which like, sure, it didn't make its way to like Tumblr or 4chan or any of those places because it was forced and it was an advertisement, but the people that it did make its way to had a really fun time with it because it's just like a simple image, silly thing using their brand. And in my perspective, if advertisers want to make memes, like that's fun. That just keeps the fun going. And I'd rather see an ad like this than some other banner ad, in my opinion. And it was fun to, it was fun to make. It's still ridiculous.
Did you get any flack from people?
No,
for it?
probably.
But not
Not
it
the
just
clients.
didn't. Okay.
I don't know.
Well.
Yeah.
It made me grow when I saw
Yeah.
it. About it, didn't care half.
But you guys aren't like this odd. It's a different audience. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't know. It's better than banner ads. That's kind of what my perspective is about it. Is like I have fun making them because I don't want to make banner ads and. I like legitimizing this culture in a fun way so that you guys and we can all make money from making memes and being ridiculous and like Tumblr can make ads and be a substantial ad platform and stuff like that.
No comment.
It's coming, right?
No comment.
Okay.
One question.
Yeah.
When a company is using a meme like this for as advertisements, do you feel like? I mean, my sense is that a lot of the internet would kind of reject that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
maybe take it a different way that Gillette wouldn't want it.
And that's whenever a company wants to do something like this, we are very upfront with like, yo, the internet's gonna hate this. Like they're gonna
do what
see
they
right
wanna
through
do.
it. They're super smart. They don't want to deal with this crap, and they're like, okay. We just
Were there any of these that were submitted that you just couldn't show because they were like?
Honestly, I don't know because I
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
there when this happened, or it wasn't like I wasn't moderating, but I'm sure there was. I mean,
I want to
of
see
course.
those.
I'll send you them.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone else.
Chris, I had a question about when you've seen a lot of these different single-serving Tumblr memes spread around, and one, if you can present any more examples of them, and two, do you ever see people fighting over the rules of what counts as a certain genre of meme and what doesn't?
What counts as a certain?
Are there
genre?
rules?
I've never seen it.
You don't see anyone fighting it.
No,
That's interesting.
You know what? I think Redditors care a lot about that
Yeah.
stuff, and that's cool. But no, I don't think Tumblr users are into rules. But my favorite new single-serving site is Shit Panelists Say.
Yes.
So
you started.
if we could just pull that up,
You keep plugging.
That's your new favorite? Cool.
that's my new favorite. .tumblr.com.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, great.
so some of these are from this very panel, and some are from other panels that have been happening here. So.
Which is a great one that, like, I think I was trying to figure out which one to reblog from this earlier.
Yeah.
And so was the one where I thought, it's not going to work as the first joke. It's the
Right.
sort of joke that only works as the third in a set. It's like you're
Right.
building a comedy routine.
Exactly. If you
You're
start
gonna
with
reblog
that,
this 3 times? Really? To get the joke?
Just to get to so, yeah.
it's totally worth it.
Okay, so you brought up Reddit, which... Oh. We'll just look at all of them for now. Okay. All right, we're done. Also, any questions right now?
Hello?
That's a joke, but also, yes.
It's a joke.
You talked about the forced advertising meme sort of thing and being kind of restricted, but there's at least one example of a meme like that took off with the internet is here.
Old Spice.
The whole Old Spice guy.
Yeah.
And the Hello Lady.
Is Craig here? Where is he? Oh, so.
Somewhere here.
Okay, well, Craig, who just did he wrote all the Old Spice stuff. He just did a panel and was talking about how that happened. And, you know, I don't know, like, right, that stuff happens, like magic happens like that, where it's like, we don't care that this is a brand doing this. We just know that it's cool and great. And I think what he was talking about in his panel was how Old Spice kind of came to them and said, like, do whatever you want, which is like, that never happens, ever. Like, that's ridiculous. And then when they were doing it live, like making the videos live, there was no approval process. They were just like, we trust you, don't talk about killing animals, and we're good. Like, keep that out, we're good. So that is so rare to have a client. When clients come to BuzzFeed with stuff, I pray that they kind of get what we do and give us a lot of creative freedom and say, you guys are the experts, do whatever you want. That doesn't always happen, but it's happening more and more. So the more that like you guys get jobs at brands, or like people work with brands, want to do cool stuff and get that a lot of it has to be on the fly and interesting and original, then maybe we'll get more Old Spice guys. But for now, like that's a rare case.
Can we clone that particular Old Spice guy?
I think he's busy like cloning himself into feature films or whatever. Couldn't be. He's
really good.
He's Skyped in, so he's busy.
Okay.
Yeah.